But let's stay in the private sector now as the year winds down, the festivities just around the corner. Let's see how businesses have fared in 2024 through the eye of, participants in the market. So now I will invite into the studio Mr. Issa Akanbi. He's the President, Association of Nigeria Tyre Marketers at Africa Tyre Village at Lagos International Trade Fair. Mr. Akanbi, good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning.
Compliments of the season.
Wish you same.
So for you as a business person, how would you describe the year 2024?
Well, challenging. Challenging, we thank God that we are still surviving, but it was challenging.
We see from the Central Bank of Nigeria a survey that you business people are expecting this month and next month to be good. After that, there's a bit of fear of what could happen in 2025. So when you build on how the year is ending, let's talk about, you're into the tires.
Yeah.
Demand, prices, hitches around, imports, and all of that. What do you see and what do you expect?
Well, as for the past years, like I said, it has been challenging because of the unfriendly policies that have been coming from the government side. Tires importation has been very, very difficult, and it's unfortunate that it goes back to the users because whatever is done about clearing or whatever, it is channeled back to the importation, and we are in business to make profit. As I'm talking now, to clear 140 feet container, you will need 12 million naira. The charges are too much, 20% with 5% VAT. So that is making it difficult for us, but we expect it to be better in the coming year.
I just want for you to explain better when you say unfriendly policies.
Yeah.
Which of those policies?
Yeah, like the tariff with the duties we pay on importation, tires especially, like I just said, 20% with 5% VAT, even though all of us we pay our VAT as we sell, but still we need to pay VAT when we are clearing our goods. And like I said, you need 12 million naira, 12 good million naira to clear 140 feet container. These are policies that are being made with people that just sit in the comfort of their offices without consulting the stakeholders. And this goes back to Nigerians that are using the tire. That is why we selling tires know that good tires and new tires are very expensive.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess the better one would be if we had locally produced tires.
Very good.
So what's stopping us?
That is the problem. That is the point, and we have been shouting on this for long. The permanent solution we will have to this is local production of tires. We had Michelin and Dunlop those years. They have relocated. Their complaint was majorly power. So if this is stable and they are brought back to the country, and even we can even encourage the foreign tire manufacturers representative in Nigeria to come and establish tire manufacturing plant in Nigeria. It will create more jobs, and we have tires at a very low and affordable prices and with very good qualities. So
do we have to wait for those multinationals to come into our country? Isn't it possible for Nigerian companies to engage in manufacturing of tires?
It is with good support from the government.
What kind of support?
Like just make the whole thing just surrounding the manufacturing, just make it very easier for them. Support, funding, and all this protocol they need to go through should be made here. The ease way of doing business should be encouraged on this matter.
So, because, I mean, we hear our government, they talk a whole lot about the ease of doing business and all of that.
Yeah.
And yes, even when you talk about taxes, taxes are supposed to be used.
That's another thing.
Yeah, they're supposed to be used for development of infrastructure, which is supposed to go back to make business, doing business easier. So I guess you see this as a necessary cycle that we have to start at this time.
Of course, I think the government needs to still have a lot to do on this matter, because I believe the local manufacturers are willing and are ready to go into local production of tires. Even we as marketers, we have said severally that we are ready to partner with anyone, anybody that is ready to manufacture tire locally. But government needs to do a lot in making this one possible.
Because, I mean, the government is talking about not just tires, but making the whole car in Nigeria. I think some funds have been allocated for that. So one would have thought that perhaps looking at the parts, might be easier to start with than, looking at the whole
It's
tire.
not as easy as you think. Not as easy as you think, because if you talk to manufacturer, they have a lot to say. And we as marketers, we talk to them too. We encourage them to do this so that Nigerians can have access to affordable and quality tires. But their complaint is always that government needs to do more.
Well, everybody wants government to do more, but I guess the private sector will also have to wake up, because the government has a whole lot to do. We have different sectors to take care of. People say face human resources first, health, education, and all of that before we can now move into some of this.
But the point is that governments have to be ready. Because as the private investors, they are in business to make money, and they'll be ready always to, venture into the business that can fetch them money. But they still need government one way or the other. That is why we always say government should please do more in supporting this.
So government support will come in funding or in policies?
Yes, in funding. And if look at the rate in commercial banks now, too high for business to
everything is connected, because the rate that we see is because the government is also trying to bring down inflation, So, banks cannot operate on their own.
Well,
they have to work with the CBN's regulation, which is how they bring down the interest rate for calming of inflation. So, I wonder which one we should do first.
Well, the point is that we are businessmen, and we talk about ourselves more. And most of the time, we think of what we do with our money and the returns we get. And so what we think about, whatever they can do, they should do to make the interest rate friendly.
So I guess with this high cost of tires and all that, more Nigerians will be taking risks. This is a travel period. People will see something wrong. They're supposed to change a tire. They'll be like, well, let me just manage because of how expensive tires are.
No, they shouldn't manage.
Yeah, they shouldn't manage, but if they don't have the money, are you going to give it to them for free?
No, the issue is that if you have a reliable source through which you are getting your tire, there are ways you can do it. You see, in our market, we have a platform for our customers that if you know you are a steady customer with us, there are ways we do it with you, that you can get your tire and be paying us as. See, there was a time we were working with SON and the FRSC to see if a bank can partner with us so that a user can go to the bank and, just get a paper to get a tire from us. The bank will be responsible for the payment, while the user will be paying back the bank. But it didn't work. But with now interest, we can do it.
With interest, those things will have a high rate of interest, which will make it even more expensive.
Yeah, but the point is that you are not paying at once. It's not a down payment, so it is one way or the other. So and the choice is yours. So if you want to buy it and pay downright, no problem. But if you want to just pay as you go, as we say, no problem. We are also in business to make money. And while our tire usage, we are running it, our money is working.
All right, so what do you see for 2025? President Bola Tinubu has said that the pains that we feel now, they are necessary for the benefit of tomorrow. And, that we should stay optimistic. Are you optimistic that 2025 will not be as challenging as 2024?
I am very, very optimistic. Very, very optimistic. Because with the budget here, the president has read, and with the little knowledge I have about that, I think the budget is a budget of hope for all Nigerians. And I think 2025 will be better, inshallah, for everybody.
What are some steps that you think, maybe one or two, not so elaborate, that you think the government could start doing now to make 2025 even, not as challenging as 2024?
I think they should begin to address the necessary things that affect the common man. They should begin to address them. The food is very important. Transportation, very important. If they can begin to do that and see how those things are becoming more easier for Nigerians, I think we have more hope that at least we are looking ahead for a better hope in 2025.
All right, we certainly hope that they will do that. Mr. Akanbi, thank you so much for your time and your views on the program. President, Association of Nigeria Tire Marketers at the Lagos International Trade Fair. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Compliments of the season again.
You too.